phone, and it's hard to imagine
real
where
this time.
you'll find that
Trustee
extra
Varian?
money.
Present.
Well, there's help
Trustee
to lighten
Caprio?
the financial
Present.
burden and
Trustee
provide
Rogers?
your
Present.
child with the
Trustee
very
Sweet?
best
Present.
education
Trustee
at
Maxey
half the
Trachey?
cost.
Present.
At
Trustee
AM
Gray?
1160,
Present.
Hope
Mayor
for
Yuka?
Your Life.
Present.
We work with Christian schools throughout
Okay,
the Chicagoland
are there any
area to
amendments to
provide
the
tuition
agenda?
for families at half
Yes,
the
Mayor.
normal cost.
I would move to table item I-7 for the purpose of obtaining more information, finding alternate building materials, and if needed, approval from the Homeowners Association.
So move.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Okay, Madam Clerk, you want to call the roll, please?
AM 1160.
That was I-7?
Welcome to the radio broadcast of Hobson Road Community Church in Downers Grove, Illinois. Lead Pastor Dan Martinson invites you to a vibrant Sunday morning 10:15 worship service. People gather at the
Carlo.
church from a variety of backgrounds and share the common
Okay.
purpose of seeking meaningful relationships and encouraging one another through sound biblical doctrine and fellowship. You'll find people in
Trustee
suits
Varian?
and casual clothing
Aye.
who enjoy both contemporary
Trustee
music
Caprio?
and the
Aye.
time-honored
Trustee
traditional
Rogers?
hymns.
Aye. Trustee
The
Sweet?
nursery
Aye.
ministry is
Trustee
available
Maxey
each
Trachey?
night,
Aye.
and there
Trustee
are
Gray?
activities
Aye.
for kids and teens
Motion
throughout the
carries.
week. For more than 60 years, the church has served the
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of April 26, 2017 Village Board meeting?
relationships with each other and through
So
Jesus
moved.
Christ. The church is
Second.
located at 2531 Hobson
Discussion?
Road in Downers Grove, just off the intersection
All in
of
favor?
Highway 355
Aye.
and
Aye.
63rd
All
Street.
opposed?
For more information,
Motion
call
carries.
630-968-6146 or go to
We're going into public hearing for the intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen. The regular meeting will be in recess for the purpose of conducting a public hearing. Is there a motion to open the public hearing on the intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen?
I so move.
Second.
Let me finish and then we'll have discussion. The public hearing on the intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen is open for comments. The public hearing is designed to allow residents to state their opinions and/or concerns. It is not a question and answer session. Given that, is there anyone that wishes to comment on the proposed intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen?
Eli, the high priest, who you recall had two
Anyone?
scoundrels for sons, Hophni and Phinehas. Hophni and Phinehas actually...
Okay, is there a motion to close the public hearing on the intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen? I so move.
I didn't get a roll call to open the public hearing.
We can, yeah, we can do the roll call now.
Not surprisingly, he was sitting
Trustee
down
Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers? Aye. Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Varian?
Aye.
Trustee Maxey Trachey?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye. Okay, now is there a motion to close the public hearing on intergovernmental cooperative planning and boundary agreement between the Village of Lamont and the Village of Homer Glen? I so move. Second.
Eli. It's pretty clear that God's telling us this guy was
Want to call the roll one more time, please?
lazy.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
So Eli
Trustee
said
Caprio?
his sons
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers? Aye. Trustee Maxey Trachey? Aye. Trustee Varian?
Aye. Thank you. All right, the meeting will be called back in order.
the nation of Israel
We're at reports and communications from the mayor and other officers.
to be a people who are
First one is Environmental Protection Agency awards grant funding to the Village of Homer Glen.
building all
The Village of Homer Glen Section 319 application for funding has been approved by the Illinois EPA. The village will receive $521,704 in grant funding, covering 60% of the total cost for water quality and drainage-related work on the Heritage Park site. The grant will fund the conversion of the two existing ponds into two expanded large stormwater wetlands and the construction of a 950-foot-long bioswale. These features will help to address flooding in the subdivisions around Heritage Park and improve water quality within Long Run Creek watershed. Construction of Phase 1 of the village's Heritage Park is expected to begin this summer. National Citizen Survey. The survey packets have been mailed to the 1,500 selected households. Please complete your survey and return it by mail in the postage-paid envelope that was included. Your participation in the survey is very important. And if you have any questions about the survey, please contact Village Hall at 708-301-0632. Is there any report from, well, you're brand new, Keith. You want to talk about something?
I'm glad to be here, and thank you all, and thank you for your warm welcome from the board, and I look forward to working with you all, and I have no other report.
Thanks, Keith. Trustee Knights-Troiki.
I don't have anything to report. I think Mr. Kamen, who's part of the Parks Committee, was going to speak on behalf of the signage, but I don't see him out here, but we'll wait till we get to the signs for the trail markers.
That would be fine. Trustee Burrion.
No report this evening, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Rogers.
I have no report.
Thank you, Trustee Rogers. Trustee Suisse.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I read this?
Yes.
I have two reports. First, talking about our Earth Day. With a little over a week to go, the village's Earth Day Arbor Day event will take place on May 20th at Kona's Farm from 11 to 4 with free admission and free parking. From noon to 1, our program will feature getting excited about science, and from 2 to 3, it will be about dinosaur discovery with T-Rex explorers. Friendly Farms will provide free pony rides and a petting zoo. Crosstown Exotics will return with more unique bugs and spiders. There will be birds of prey, ferrets, honeybees. Exotic Wildlife Sanctuary will bring monkeys, and Pilcher Park will have their snakes and turtles. Watch how pottery and rope is made. Learn about Tower Gardens by Juice Plus, and many more activities for everyone to enjoy. Visit our green marketplace where vendors will be selling an array of eco-friendly products and handmade items. Come see an Icebox Solar Derby race car provided by ComEd. Food and refreshments will be available for purchase. And I would also like to thank our sponsors, Enbridge, Willowbrook Ford, Brett Maher Landscape, Crosstown Realtors, New Way Home Disposal, Savers Thrift Store, and I would also like to thank Kono's Corn Maze for their assistance for our event. Come out and enjoy a pleasant and entertaining day at the village's Earth Day Arbor Day event. In proclamation in support of Earth Day Arbor Day, on May 20th, when we celebrate this event, the first Earth Day was established with the goal of inspiring environmental awareness and encouraging the conservation, protection, and appreciation of our nation's natural resources. Celebrating Earth Day Arbor Day is in accordance with the Homer Glen Green Vision Statement, encourages all residents to protect valuable water resources, natural landscapes, wildlife habitats, and open spaces. The citizens of Homer Glen are committed not only to the protection and preservation of our environment, but also to the restoration of ecosystems and habitat. The further objective of Earth Day Arbor Day, the committee is planning a variety of activities that include exhibits featuring green solutions, recycling, examples of efficient use of energy, and ideas for conserving and protecting our natural resources, as well as showcasing activities which connect children with nature and those that use natural products. Homer Glen proudly recognizes all who participate in Earth Day Arbor Day for their dedication to taking a proactive role in shaping the future of our environment and in protecting Homer Glen's precious natural resources. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Mayor and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Homer Glen to support and recognize Earth Day Arbor Day on Saturday, May 20th, 2017, by recommending to the residents and businesses of Homer Glen to participate in the event and learn about the role that natural resources play in sustaining a high quality of life in this community, and to encourage participation in natural resource protection and restoration efforts. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Suisse. Trustee Caprio.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Reporting on behalf of the Parade and Festival Committee. Our festival dates are set for Thursday, June 22nd through Sunday, June 25th. Mega passes will be sold at the Village Hall beginning May 30th, $55 each. The lineup of the bands is already set. You can check out www.homerfest.com for that lineup. Thursday night we have our fireworks display. This year we're excited to announce a theme which came together very nicely. It's Sweet Home Chicago, And on Saturday, in the parade, we will have the Blues Brothers. Also, on Sunday, the Blues Brothers will be performing. Not the original, but a mock-up of the Blues Brothers. Friday is Special Needs Day. It takes place from 2:30 to 4:30. The carnival will be free for Homer residents who have children with special needs. And Ruby Agave, as always, has sponsored a signature margarita for us. They'll be doing that again. They've been generous about doing that each year. And we're also looking forward for volunteers. Please contact the Homer Township if your children are looking for volunteer or earn some service hours. And Mayor, that will conclude my report.
Thank you, Trustee Caprio. Is there a treasurer's report tonight? Thank you. Annie, do you have a report?
Not really a report, but there is a community event this Saturday. The Goodings Grove PTO is sponsoring the Blue Jeans Ball at Cornell to raise money to support the funding of their new playground. So that's a great event, and you can check that out on Facebook.
Good. That would be Goodings Grove.
PTO.
All right, that's at Kono's at 6 o'clock? Okay. Village attorney. Public safety officials. Village manager.
No report, Mayor.
That was quick. All right. Next is public comment. If you could please keep your remarks to 3 minutes. If it runs longer, it runs longer, but let's see if we get through them in 3 minutes. If you have any questions, we will answer them, but we'll set you up afterwards. First would be Mr. Tim O'Mara.
What memory stones are in your life? What are the markers in your life that help you to recognize thus far God has helped you?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. My name is Tim O'Mara. I reside at 15951 West Shady Lane, Homer, Glen, Illinois. I'm coming here tonight to talk about a proposed project that was canceled off the agenda tonight, and that's the Gas and Go that is scheduled to go in at 159th and Gauger Road. We went to the Plan Commission meeting on the 4th, and I received a letter the other day canceling it off the docket for tonight. During that Plan Commission meeting, there were major issues that were brought up with that development. Okay, and the letter even states that the developer has taken the matter off the board to address the major issues brought up to the Plan Commission. Okay, your Plan Commission voted this down 4-1. Okay, based on the residents I wasn't able to get, everybody was at the Plan Commission, basically the entire subdivision of Shady Hollow and people from up and down Gauger Road. What's going on here is there's a proposed truck fueling stations at this quote-unquote gas station. We termed it a truck stop. And the routing of those trucks would dump them right onto Gauger Road, okay, after they entered the facility. Now, the other major issues were, and it was brought up by members of your staff, that when I asked the question for this facility about water and sewer, that, well, if the water and sewer isn't down from 159th, maybe we'll have to give them a temporary well. So pretty much the membership of owners of Shady Hollows are adamantly against, number one, any temporary well, what it's going to do to our wells, and who's going to bond them if our wells go out. This was all discussed, and I'm trying to get it under 3 minutes because there was a lot of stuff.
You've got more time.
Okay, sir. And I want you board members to know, if you haven't talked to the Plan Commission, because I've gotten through 2 separate sources already that a meeting has been met with the developer, and this is a done deal. All they were going to do is reroute the traffic so the tractor-trailer trucks would not go out on the Gauger. That's not what was voted on down. They were told that they couldn't have the fueling stations for tractor-trailers. Okay? We don't want this to be a truck stop, and that's what it's going to turn into. Okay? I've been fighting I came and talked to every Village of Homer Glen Safety Committee. For a year and a half, I've been trying to get illegal truck traffic off of Gauger Road between 159th and 151st, coming from the warehousing. I came and talked to this membership. I've talked to every person under the sun to try and get jurisdiction and get these illegal trucks off that road. Okay, now if this facility goes in, it's going to draw every tractor trailer. If you have driven around the area, if you haven't, right now at 151st, there are 9 warehousing facilities that are going up. Only 4 of them are operational. They are all 275,000 square feet or more, just to the north of 159th. Lockport has squeezed in another 4 275,000 square foot buildings. 2 of them are operational. And then on 163rd Street, they got 2 300,000 square foot tractor trailer warehousing facilities going up. And they've also just approved the new Prologis at 151st and Archer Avenue. According to the meetings that I attended there, Prologis will generate approximately 400 tractor trucks a day in and out of that facility. Okay? So what's going on here, the Plan Commission voted this down based on, we said we don't want it to be a truck stop. There's some stuff that's going on here that doesn't, it's putting bells off in my head. He's developing 5.08 acres. And somebody else at the Plan Commission says that anything over 5 acres they can put in for a gaming license. Okay? Yes? Okay, well that's what they said at the meeting. That's what the Planning Commission said, that anything over 5 acres they can apply for a gaming license. So, okay, that's off the board. Our contention was we don't want the tractor trailer refueling there because it's going to become a truck stop. If you haven't driven around Lockport lately, when these truck drivers' meters are done, they drop off a load, they're out of meter time, they can't drive anymore. Go drive through Lockport and you'll see all these trucks parked over at Walmart in the back alleys along the schools. They're sitting there idling all night long. Okay? Truck driver needs food, a place to go to the bathroom, and a place to park his truck. As this property gets developed even more, there's going to be more parking. It's going to turn into a truck stop. Okay? That's going to ruin the neighborhood. Okay? I've been in this neighborhood for 28 years. I built the house by myself by hand. I built a log cabin. Okay? I've been fighting truck traffic up and down 100. And again, if you'd like to come out to my house, I came to every agency that should have jurisdiction. Everybody's telling me they can't do anything about it. And I've warned Lockport, and I think I warned you when I first talked to you. Come out to my house and watch the school bus stop at the bottom of the hill. I have a timing box out in front of my house right now that times these tractor trailers coming over the hill. The average speed on the tractor trailers when I want to waste the day and sit out there and clock everyone that comes through is about 45 to 48 miles an hour. The fastest I've gotten is 65. When you crest the top of the hill there, if you've driven, I live in a log cabin on Shady Hollow and Gauger. When you try to pull out of Shady Hollow there, and you look up that hill and it's all clear, you start to pull out, somebody coming over the top of that hill at 60 miles an hour, okay? They have 298 feet from the moment they realize somebody's pulling out and there's a driveway there. If it's a tractor trailer, if he's traveling 55 miles an hour, he's covering 90 feet a second. He's going to cover 180 feet before he can even realize he's got a brake. And then it's going to take him another 354 feet to stop that tractor trailer. Just 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting there doing the dishes. School bus is loading my neighbor's kids. The bus pulls away. 3 minutes later, one of these tractor trailers come roaring over the hill. I've warned everybody that will listen to me. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. One of these tractor trailers, he's been up all night driving. He knows he's a mile from that warehouse. They catch that light. They're whipping for the barn. They don't care. You're going to have a busload of kids get creamed by a tractor trailer. Now, I was a firefighter paramedic for 31 years. I've had to pull people out of those kind of wrecks. It's not pretty. Okay? So again, I'm pretty adamant about this because I live right there. And I can tell you every time a truck goes by because it vibrates my house. Now that that facility down there is working around the clock, I got trucks coming through at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's constant. So again, and this was, I was told by another governmental body when I went to Lockport when we were doing that. Don't worry about it. All the trucks will be going in on the truck route. That hasn't happened. Now, I've spent a year and a half of running down every major tractor company, meeting with them to get their truck drivers routed into that facility properly. And I still have independents and wildcatters all day long, all night long, and I can't get anybody in a police source to rein them in. Again, if this facility goes up in there with the truck refueling thing, that is a sugar cube in a barn for every fly, for every one of these warehouses that Lockport's gaining all the money for. They're taking in all the tax dollars and they're going to tell you, why don't you take the fueling station there? Why don't you put up with that? I mean, if that's the first thing you want people to see as they pull into Homer Glen is a truck refueling station, because these trucks are going to be sitting there idling. They got no place to go. They got food, they got a bathroom, they got beer, It's a liquor store. I can get some booze, and then also then the other things that come that you don't want to think about or don't want to talk about in an open forum. It's just a matter of trucking life. So again, like I said, I came to you because I've heard through the grapevine that this is already a done deal, that they addressed the problem just by rerouting the traffic. If that's the deal, that isn't what was talked about at the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission voted us down 4-1 based on removing those truck fueling stations. And the developer himself stood up and stated equivocally, that's not the business that I'm looking for. I'm paraphrasing. It may not be exact quote because I know there's not a recording of it. Okay? I'm not looking for that business. That's not what I'm doing. It's only 1 to 3% of my business. It's no big deal. So if it's no big deal, just take the refueling stations out and put up the gas station. And Mayor, when we came to you, when the landowner came for the pre-annexation agreement, we were all there. And we said, we're not NIMBYs. I know that parcel is going to be developed. We asked, just don't hurt us. Don't hurt us. And you said that you wouldn't let anything go in there that would hurt us. Okay? I'm not trying to stop development. I'm not trying, we pretty much Shady Howell agreed. Put in the car wash, put in a gas station, just like Speedway, but we don't want the tractor trailers. You're going to have every tractor trailer from ever going in there. And again, they're roaring up and down Gauger Road. If you don't believe it, I'll invite all of you to come to my house for breakfast. I'll make you a nice firehouse breakfast, and we'll sit and watch the tractor trailers rolling over the hill all morning long, heading for 151st. Okay? The own highway commissioner, he puts up all the signs. I talked to him. He does not believe that enforcement will do anything. I'll tell you what, have you ever traveled down 135th between 53 and Weber Road in Romeoville? Because they have police officers out there every day banging people with tickets. You see people hit the hooks as soon as they turn off of Weber Road. Boom, they're down to 35 because it's patrolled and it's consistent enforcement. And that's what we need out there, consistent enforcement to get these trucks off the road. If they're damaging the road and they're going to kill somebody. But I can't get consistent enforcement. I'll have a traffic unit come up, spend 5 minutes there, and they're gone. I can't get anybody to take this seriously. Back in the day when I came on, the officers that came on with me, they ruled that roost. I had people from 2 counties away tell me, oh, you live on Gauger Road there. You don't speed there. Yeah, because McKay and Auburn were out there patrolling. Auburn would go out there, spend 3 hours, and he banged down 86 citations in 3 hours, and he was giving people 15 miles and over the speed limit, and then he would pull them down. If you'd like I said, try to come to my house and pull out of my subdivision just with the car traffic alone at rush hour. I got people doing 65 over the top of that hill. And I can't get anybody to, that was the main thing, but now with this truck thing, it's going to just exasperate it with all these tractor trailers coming up, and it's just going to be another reason. I'm down here at 151st. Why should I go all the way back out to 143rd, go up the expressway, come around, and go, no, I'll just zip right down Gauger Road. I've had every excuse under the sun from the truckers, and I've had every excuse under the sun from Will County Sheriff's deputies, why they can't do anything about it. So this is your village of Homer Glen. So if you let this parcel go through with the truck trailer, then basically you're going to become Bensonville 2. Okay, Lockport's reeling in all the cash. They're taking in all the tax dollars, and you're going to let them plop a refueling station on your side of the border.
Well, we've never said we're going to do that in the first place, and it's not a done deal yet either.
Well, sir, I'm here tonight just because reason from 2 independent sources. I heard that a meeting has been made with this developer, with staff, and that it was just a rerouting of how the trucks got in there because we complained that the way they were routing the trucks, they would dump them right on the Gauger, which would give them an excuse. Well, it comes out the Gauger. Where else am I supposed to go?
We have sat down with Lockport. It is they caused an issue that will get addressed. It's not going to be a truck stop. It will never be a truck stop.
Well, sir, I was promised by Lockport I'd never see a single truck down Gauger Road because they'd all go in through the approved truck route. And I've been my time, a year and a half, my time, going to all these meetings, coming to meet and talk with you, your safety committee, the highway commissioner, going to Will County Traffic Division, Secretary of State Police, Illinois State Police, and everybody gives me, I don't know.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of it. Lockport is supposed to be the one that's controlling it. Right now, their excuse was Google did not tell them to get off at 143rd, so the truck drivers don't know where to go. Well, they know where to go. They're just not doing it. Lockport said they were going to patrol it. And I don't understand why they wouldn't in the first place, because it brings in a ton of money for them with tickets.
Because they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, Mr. Mayor. Okay? And neither does Will County. The people that are tasked with taking care of this problem, which is an ongoing problem, do not want to do it. So I'm thinking as a governmental entity, you have a lot more pull than me to go to Will County Traffic Unit. You got 8 guys in the unit, 8 hours a day times 7 or 8. That's 560 hours. You want them out there running radar and banging every trucker that comes down the hill.
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Pardon?
I have no issue with that whatsoever.
Well, then I can't. I've been trying for a year and a half. I'm John Q. Public. You're a governmental entity. This is within your boundary agreements. Why don't you go to? You got more pull with Will County than I do. And state that you don't want the guy pulling up. I watch them. They pull up. They sit there for 5 minutes and they're gone. They can check off in their little docket. Traffic. I went there. Didn't get anything.
All right, I'll talk to Will County tomorrow.
I appreciate it, sir.
I'll get a hold of you tomorrow.
Pardon?
And then I'll get a hold of you after I talk to them.
I appreciate it. And then, like I said, we will be out in full force for this next meeting. Because, like I said, I mean, 2 independent sources pretty much came up with the same story from different, that this is already a done deal. Well, like I said, Shady Howell and everybody up and down Gauger Road does not want those truck refueling stations in there. They can be a speedway, and they'll still make money. Mr. McInerney said it's only 1 to 3% of his business, and he's not chasing after it. So I appreciate your time. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about this. This has been a very long process. And like I said, when you keep getting blank stares and no answers, it starts to get frustrating. So thank you very much for your time, folks. We'll see you.
And I'll call you after I talk to the Will County Sheriff tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Mayor.
Joe Courtney.
And more at this life-changing monumental event. The grand prize is valued at more than $1,400. And everyone who registers...
Thank you,
I
Mr.
see that
Mayor.
you're here for pretty much the same thing.
Yes, and I'm going to pass on my time because I think Tim covered it quite well. I live right on Gauger at the bottom of that hill, and I do understand what's going on. The trucks going through there, it's unbelievable the speeds they're doing. It's not a truck route, it's 7-ton road, so.
We will look into it. And
Thank you, sir.
And unfortunately, they never came to us and asked for anything either. So we didn't ask for all these trips, for all that.
Yes, I know. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Pat Mitchell.
For an end to their suffering. They long for a better life, a life where a drink of water doesn't mean sickness or maybe even death. Today, you can give the gift of life and hope.
Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell. I own the property at 16022 West 159th Street. It's at the northwest corner, so we're directly across Gauger Road and downhill from where the new gas station is going to be. I'm not against the gas station, but if the gas station is finished and ready to open and there is no sewer and water, what are you going to do?
We're working on a sewer and water.
But if the gas station is all ready to open and there is no sewer and water, what are you going to do?
Well, right now, we're in the process of getting it done, and this is anywhere close to being built yet. So right now, we have to find out when the water and sewer is going in, which should be very soon. I'm waiting for a few more things to fall in line. As for a well and septic, brought that up for us to decide yes or no. It's going in. I mean, Kathy Boo's got the property. She wants to put a well in. She can put a well in. Can't stop her there.
Well, it's not Kathy's gas station, it's the man that's building. Okay.
But the well would have to be put on her property. So, like I said, the best thing for right now is give me till tomorrow, make some phone calls, I'll find out exactly what it is. Your phone number's not here. If you want to put your phone number in,
I can
I'm
put
more
it
than
down.
happy to call you too.
What I am most concerned about is water runoff. My property has been greatly damaged by all of the building that's been going on in Homer Glen, and the water is rushing down through our fields. We have 2 waterways going through the property, and the washout is tremendous. The ditches have become bigger,
Since they started
deeper.
doing the roads,
Pardon me?
Since they started doing 159th Street? Or before?
Since all the building has been going on in Homer Glen, I hadn't actually been down there in quite a long time. And a couple weeks ago, I went down and walked the property and walked down along those gullies and the ditches, and I could not believe how much damage and how much washout there has been. I grew up on that property, and we had horses. And there are two waterways. One waterway, we used to be able to just step across it. It was like ankle deep at the most. The one that's closer to 159th Street, we used to jump the horses across it. Now, you'd need a ladder to go down. I mean, I would, to go down. And the water washout is tremendous. The water flow is tremendous. So I'm very concerned where the wastewater is going to go. There's going to be 5 acres approximately of pavement. I understand there's going to be a couple of ponds to hold water, but there's going to be runoff from those ponds. That's not going to hold the water until it evaporates. There's going to be runoff. So I think I'm entitled to know where the wastewater is going to go.
Yeah, you're right. You do.
Okay.
Find out.
Okay,
So if you want to leave your phone number with me,
I will.
you can either give it to Mr. Baber right there.
Sure.
And then, I can't promise I'm going to get back to you on that tomorrow, but we'll find out we understand the concerns you have, and we will address them.
I'm not against the gas station, okay? I'm
I don't
not
think
at
anyone's
all.
against the gas station.
I'm for progress. I agree with what this gentleman has been saying about the truck drivers, though. My father was a truck driver, and I grew up around the kitchen table listening to all the truck driver stories, okay? In those days, they used CB radios. I don't know what they do today. Maybe they have a Facebook page, but everybody knows, they tell each other where you can go and not get a ticket. Everybody knows where there's no cops. They know. So that's why they're flying through there. We were out working on the property the other day, and I couldn't believe all the trucks, and they floor it, and they go down and go over that hill. They're in a hurry just in case there is a cop there. And they don't know about that big hill. Like I said, I grew up. I didn't have those houses there when I was a kid, but now I've noticed after listening to this gentleman over here, and I noticed those driveways, and the way those trucks fly over that hill, somebody's going to get killed. And apparently, there has been enough said here that if something isn't done, it's going to be on your shoulders. These kids and these people getting killed because you've been told, you've been warned, okay? Along with truck stops, I know there's a term for truck stop. You think of something big, but when people sit in their trucks and wait and park, you know what else comes? The druggies, the drug dealers, and the hookers. So if you end up having trucks parked, you're going to have hookers knocking on those doors because that's part of doing business. Like I said, my dad was a trucker. I heard all the stories. Thank you.
Okay. Please leave the number with Joe, and then I'll get ahold of you. That's it for public comment.
She was wholeheartedly devoted to the Lord, and we started dating, and when it became obvious to her that I did not share her passion for Christ, I got dumped.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the appointment of Trustee Beth Rogers as Mayor Pro Tem? It is understood that the Mayor Pro Tem appointment is for 1 year.
I so move.
Trustee Caprio?
Second.
Trustee Berrien? Discussion?
Romantic breakup, and I ended up getting the girl, so how about that? Everything turned out great.
I'm humbled.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Sweets? Trustee Berrien?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
And I vote aye, too. Keep it down, Bob.
Bob is the president of my fan club.
And the only member. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, motion carries. Is there a motion to approve ordinance
Make sure
number?
you have your seatbelt on at all times, and you're wearing your bumpers, and I'll be taking you for your monthly health checkups, and
Okay. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-027, an ordinance granting approval of a variance to reduce a required rear yard setback for a swimming pool from 20 feet to 10 feet? Chapter 220812C1. And attachment 1, table 1B, site and structure bulk requirements for residential districts of chapter 220. Zoning of the Code of the Village of Homer Glen for certain real property located at 17208 South Oak Meadow Court, Homer Glen, Illinois. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Discussion.
Yes, I have a question. Is the petitioner here? Oh, okay.
Could you step up to the mic, please?
The size of the pool, is that correct, 16 by 40? I
Yes.
got that information from the Plan Commission because that was not included. Okay. The Forest Preserve is concerned because you're going up to a 10-foot rear yard setback. How is the equipment going to, you're pretty tight to this wood deck planter. The Forest Preserve is very concerned that you do not impede into that area when you dig out this 16 by 40 foot pool, because you don't know if there's wetlands, protected areas. How is that, did they explain how that's going to happen?
Well, the reason we need the setback is because our rear property butts up to the Will County Forest Preserve, Messenger Woods.
I know that, right.
So we need the variance to get it closer to our house and away from the Forest Preserve to preserve the Forest Preserve. So we have been assured by our pool contractor that the digging will only be for the pool and not on their property. They're, if you see, they're not going to be able to come towards from the left of our property. They're going to have to come out and around this way because our septic is on that side. So they have to dig from that right side, not the left side. And there's no way that they'd be able to dig from the back. They won't be able to put their equipment back there because the back of the yard kind of goes down into a small creek where our septic runs out.
Okay, so they're coming around the top of the house and going that way?
No, around this
the
way.
right side.
Yeah, around the right side
Yeah,
of the house.
that's different here. Okay. All right, and you will follow through because they do want a site development plan, and you're
Yep.
going to submit that? and
Yep,
everything?
when we're done here, if you approve the variance, I will go to the civil engineer and apply for the permit, and along with that, before I apply for the permit, I will be sure that the health department and the Forest Preserve both see the plans and they approve it.
Okay.
Just for the record as well, I sent all plans to the Will County Forest Preserve, and they had no further comment.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you mind if I ask you who your contractor is?
We are looking at going through Fiberglass Pools of Illinois. The gentleman's name is Tom Hanley. We haven't hired him yet because I'm not going to hire anybody before I know if I can do it or not. So.
Good idea.
Yeah. We've already spent too much money with no pool.
Any other questions? Okay. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers? Aye. Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Barron?
Aye.
Trustee Maxey-Torches?
Aye.
You got your variance.
You will receive your pool party invitations in the mail.
Thank you.
Reconsider fiberglass.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 17-004, a resolution recognizing the Homer Glen Foundation's funding of the Heroes Trail Mile Marker Project? Is Trustee Berrien?
I'll second.
Trustee Trikey. Kathy, you want to step up to the, well, let me ask you this. Is there any discussion?
I know Bob wrote something up to thank the Women's Club and Kathy for all their hard work making these mile markers and so forth, but he unfortunately is not here. So on behalf of the Parks Committee and all of us, I'd like to say thank you for putting the time and the effort into making these beautiful mile markers.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Yeah, you can come up here and explain that.
That's it? And the foundation, this is the Homer Glen Foundation, so
I just want to say thank you for having us here tonight. We're delighted that you're pursuing our suggestion of honoring each branch of the military and installing these trail markers, and we're very grateful to that you've allowed us to include the Homer Glen Foundation on the trail markers. And we think that this is just going to help emergency people find people if they're having troubles on the trails, and just grow as our community gets bigger and better. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay, Madam Clerk?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Nestor-Chorky?
Aye.
Trustee Darian?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Right.
Yep.
I heard it.
Assurances to come back and start a church from scratch. No guarantees of anything. So they thought we were safer where we were. And they didn't know we were struggling out there. And our struggle was the church turned out this group. It was only, they started about a year and a half before we were sitting there. Turned out to be much more traditional, much more stodgy, quite frankly, than what we were comfortable with. So we led some friends of ours to Christ who lived in the condominium complex on Cape Cod, in the town that we lived in, and didn't even think to invite them to church, didn't want them to come to our church because we just didn't think they would fit. But one day, on their own, I mean, after we led them to Christ, we started discipling them to do a Bible study. One thing after another in the service was I just didn't connect with it. When they walked in, the way they were dressed laid back, we'd been out to eat the night before. So I wore similar clothes, and yet they walked into a church where everybody was dressed in suits and ties.
Okay, next. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-028, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a special use permit, the sale of alcohol as an auxiliary use in a permitted restaurant for certain real property located at 15755 South Bell Road, Homer Glen, Illinois. Best Pizza in Homer, Inc., DBA Canute's Pizza, case number HG178-S. So moved. Trustee Caprio?
I'll second.
Trustee Suisse, discussion?
Yes, I have a question.
No.
It says the license required, I was just curious as to why the petitioner is looking for a license, a liquor license, when there is not a dining room. I understand there's not a dining facility, and the license requires a dining facility?
Ken, come on up to the counter, please.
You know, maybe I misunderstood, but I heard there was not a dining room.
We're gonna put a couple tables up front. I just wanted, if people are waiting for beer and, for their pizzas, they have a couple beers. We're not just looking for a beer license. And I just want to put a couple tables up there in the front.
Okay, so you'll have some...
Yeah, just a couple tables.
Okay.
When they're waiting for pizza.
Okay, because at the plan commission meeting, you said there was like only going to be a couple of stools, so I didn't understand.
No, a couple tables, like bar tables.
All right, thank you.
Are there any other questions or concerns?
Those tables already eat your pizza?
They can eat there or take it to go either way.
You're talking pub style tables?
Yeah, right, pub style, just a couple of them.
Are you going to have a full menu or just
Yeah,
pizzas?
full menu, catering menu. We've already been to the schools. We already dropped off menus at the schools. We already got school orders tomorrow going out from the other location.
Oh.
And I've been in business for 29 years. I've been in the Oak Forest, Middle-Oakland area. And we've already went to the schools, welcome, because we're very big in the schools. We do a lot of schools. And we've already did 5 orders for the schools. We drove from our other location over to the schools already.
Thank you.
Okay. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Nestor-Chorky?
Aye.
Trustee Darian?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-029, an ordinance amending 83-68 of the Homer Glen Code, increasing the number of Class F liquor licenses issued within the village of Homer Glen? It is understood that the number of Class F liquor licenses, beer and wine, will increase by 1.
I so move.
Trustee Suisse?
I'll second.
Trustee Caprio. Discussion. And yes, that's rain.
So just quickly, what we're doing is similar to what we did at the last meeting where we have to vote on one, take one off, vote, just so people
Well,
understand
we're
why
not,
there's...
we're not eliminating one, we are creating another one because there are
Right.
none available right now. So we're just agreeing that he can do it. Now we're agreeing that we'll issue the liquor license, and the next one will be appointing him to liquor license.
to award it
To award it.
for each of the, for all three.
Well, you're voting on each one individually, but yes. all
Right, the
three
process is the same. I
yes.
just want to make sure people are clear because it gets a
Yeah,
little confusing.
it's for the same person for three of them. Okay, so Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Spees?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy Turkey?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
That motion carries. Last, is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-030, an ordinance assigning an available Class F liquor license beer and wine retail sales to Best Pizza and Homer, Inc., DBA Pizza, located at 15755 South Bell Road, Homer, Glen, Illinois? Move. Trustee Caprio.
I'll second.
Trustee Suisse. Discussion. Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy Turkey?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Spees?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Motion carries. You've got your liquor license.
You can come
You're welcome.
get it. I have it right here.
Next, is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-031, an ordinance granting approval of a special use permit for hours of operation beyond the normal 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. for a gas station for real certain property located at 12819 West 143rd Street, Homer, Glen, Illinois, 60491.
So moved.
Trustee Durian.
Second.
Trustee Trokey. Discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to amend, is the petitioner here? Oh. At the Plan Commission, yeah, sure, so everybody can hear. I would like to amend that motion because at the Plan Commission, it was agreed upon, and they put a condition, which I don't see in the motion. The condition was based on, if you're going to the 24 hours, that the lighting is brought into compliance with the village code, and you agree to that.
We did.
What is the time frame on that, possibly?
The photometric study was requested on the 5th. The company that's doing the photometric study requested additional information from us today about your requirements, so it's imminent.
Okay, so sometime this,
Next 10 days, I would say.
this,
Yeah, we're going to do a complete
Water,
remodel
yeah.
there. It would be my preference, instead of putting money in and then tearing it right back
Right,
out,
right.
to do this as part of the remodel.
okay. Okay, great. I just wanted to clarify that.
Sure.
So can we amend the motion to include what the commissioners wanted as a condition?
That's absolutely fine. Brian, you have to take back your motion, and then, who did second? Christine. Christine, if you could take back your motion too, and then we will re-motion it with the additions of the bringing the lights into.
Just to clarify, the condition is written in the Plan Commission recommendation. I just forgot to write it in the actual motion. So it's one of the last few sentences in the Plan Commission recommendation and for everyone to read.
Right, upon condition that any lighting discrepancies are addressed and the lighting is brought into compliance with the village code.
To do it as Plan Commission.
Right, correct. There's planning commission recommendation.
Okay.
Can everybody please speak into the mic because of the rain?
Yeah, speak closer.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so now I need a motion again on a second. A motion to the approval with the changes from the planning commission.
Let me officially withdraw.
Okay. And then Christine.
I'll withdraw my second.
Okay, now we have to redo the motion with added verbiage. So I need a motion.
So moved.
Christine. Do I have a second?
Second.
I do have a question. What time does your liquor license go to?
Brian.
It varies depending on the day. I believe it was 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 1 a.m. the other 5 days of the week? Sunday, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy-Trotky?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Motion carries. 6A, is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-032, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of a special use permit for the sale of alcohol beverages as an ancillary use to a permitted restaurant for Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated, located at 14116 South Bell Road, Homer Glen, Illinois?
So moved.
Trustee Berrien,
A second.
trustee Caprio, discussion?
This is for, shouldn't that be part of the motion, what class that they're asking for?
Well,
That's the third.
it's going to be on the next one to approve the class, which will be a Class A. So,
Oh, I see it. This is all
yeah,
stuff
the same
together.
thing
I'm
is,
sorry.
we're going to have 3 on this one, too.
Okay. Well, my only question is, I think they said they were going to have beer in margaritas. Is that going to be in enclosed containers, or, you know, my reasoning is, how would you prevent people from going outside with this? Are you going to manage that, you know, to take it outside and sit outside?
Yes, my name is Rob Anderson. I'm an attorney for Chipotle Mexican Grill. We do not allow people to take the alcohol outside of our premises. We have staff that will be, everyone's trained to make sure they're watching, that no one's taking anything out. If they try and take it out, excuse me, they are instructed to tell them they're not allowed to take it out of the premises. You have to consume it inside. We also have, if the village would be more comfortable with that, adding this, we don't do it everywhere unless it's requested. Signage we can post that says no liquor past this point on the doors. We have standard signage that we've used where requested.
And all all the servers are Bassett trained and everything?
Yes, under Illinois law, all of the servers have to be Bassett trained, and we comply with that.
Any other questions?
I think the signage would be a good idea.
The sign, yes. So with the motion being made, we should probably change that or add the verbiage of signage posting
No
saying
alcohol
no alcohol past this point.
And we can do that, that's not a problem.
Okay, thank you. Might as well stay up there because there's one more just in case you have a question. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy-Trotky?
Aye.
Motion carries. Last one for this one. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-033? I lied, there's still one more after this. An ordinance amending 83-68 of the Homer Glen Code, increasing the number of Class A liquor licenses issued within the village of Homer Glen. It is understood that the number of Class A liquor licenses, restaurant with service bar, will increase by 1. So moved. Trustee Caprio.
Second.
Trustee Berrien. Discussion? In response to your question before, this is a Class A license. They don't actually have a bar. They would be making the drinks and then serving the drinks to the tables. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy-Trotky?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Motion carries. Last. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-034, an ordinance assigning an available Class A liquor license, restaurant with service bar in the Chipotle Mexican Grill, Inc., DBA Chipotle Mexican Grill, number 2658, located at 14116 South Bell Road, Homer Glen, Illinois? So moved. Trustee Caprio.
Second.
Trustee Rogers. Discussion? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy-Trotky?
Aye.
Trustee Barry?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Motion carries. You've got your liquor license.
Thank you, and I'd like to commend your staff, Ann Holtz, Karen and VJ, both, all of them were fantastic in helping us through this process. So
Thank you.
very much.
We do have the best staff.
You do.
And you'll ensure they get the signage.
Yes, I'm going to let my client know they need to put that up before they get survey.
Here you go, Rob.
Okay, next. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number, oops, nope, we're going to skip number 7.
Table.
We tabled it. We'll go to 8. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-036, an ordinance amending 8368 of the Homer Glen Code, decreasing the number of Class B liquor licenses by 1, Garcia Hospitality, Inc., owner Paloma Garcia, DBA Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, 14853 Founders Crossing, Homer Glen, Illinois.
I so move.
Trustee Suisse.
I'll second.
Trustee Caprio. Discussion?
No, we're doing the same thing, because this is a change of ownership, so we have to decrease it and then reward it again.
Correct. Any other questions? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Varian?
Aye.
Trustee Knight Chouwaki?
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-037, an ordinance amending 8368 of the Homer Glen Code, increasing the number of Class B liquor licenses issued within the village of Homer Glen? It is understood that the number of Class B liquor licenses, restaurant and bar, will increase by 1. Move. Trustee Caprio.
Second.
Trustee Gray. Discussion? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 17-038, an ordinance assigning an available Class B liquor license, restaurant and bar, to Garcia Hospitality, Inc., owner Juan Hartudo, DBA Pepe's Mexican Restaurant, located at 14853 Founders Crossing, Homer Glen, Illinois?
So moved.
Trustee Berrien.
Second.
Trustee Gray. Discussion? Madam Clerk, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Knight Chouwaki?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio?
Aye.
Trustee Varian?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the proclamation in support of Earth Day Arbor Day on May 20th, 2017, that Trustee Suisse had read before?
Reread. That's okay.
That's okay.
I so move.
Trustee Suisse and Caprio. Discussion? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Knight Chouwaki?
Aye.
Trustee Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Caprio? Trustee Varian?
Aye. Motion carries. Last one. Is there a motion to approve a development agreement between the Village of Homer Glen and Reardon and Murphy, Inc., to expedite the single-family home development within Evelyn's Gate subdivision? So moved. Trustee Berrien? Trustee Caprio? Discussion?
Bill, can the village manager, someone explain to the public a little bit what we're doing?
Well,
Or do you?
Sure, I'll give it up. I'll be brief. Evelyn's Gate subdivision, there's a developer who happens to own 12 lots. One has a model on it. This is a proposed development agreement to help expedite the purchase and sale of the homes. What we're offering in this agreement is a credit on building permits for the village. For the first year, it would be a 60% credit. Second year would be a 50% credit. And the third year would be a 40% credit. And it terminates after the third year. And the hope is that this will entice some homeowners to purchase a home and get a somewhat slower moving subdivision moving faster.
And those credits are the price of the permit.
Price of the village permit only doesn't affect impact fees or other fees.
And you have to have a minimum number of lots?
The program is set up where it has to be a single developer with a minimum of 7 lots, and in a pre-existing subdivision that is stagnant, any Any development or developer that would apply for this would have to come before the board for an individual incentive request.
Thank you.
I'd like to say that I think this is a really good idea. This is proactive on the village's part in helping to get some stalled developments going, and I think it's a really good idea and a really good direction.
Thank you. And we agree it's, that subdivision is beautiful, but it's been, nothing's really been happening there. They're starting to build a little bit, but it is, yes, it's stagnant. We need to boost it. So with that being said, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Ms. DiCaprio?
Aye.
Trustee Rogers?
Aye.
Trustee Nancy
Aye.
Mrs. Sweet?
Aye.
Trustee Varian?
Aye.
Trustee Gray?
Aye.
Motion carries. Old business. Is there any old business? Is there any new business? Is there a motion to adjourn so we can all drown outside?
So moved.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Meeting's adjourned.